Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome back to another episode. Talking about it allows you to cure yourself. It allows you to process through it. And then So this topic today is when what you want doesn't look like what you have. And what sometimes, beautiful people, we go through life and so many things happen to us that we don't know that. Good morning, beautiful people. Happy Thursday. It is always a pleasure to have you here, and welcome to another episode of It's Laconya. So today, I got a couple of funny stories to tell you to make the point of what I'm talking about today. And today, let me just give you at the front end what I want to share with you, just an insight, and that is to stay the course. To stay the course and not to be discouraged, right? Stay the course. Obstacles will come and things will happen. But I just want to encourage you all, beautiful people, this morning, stay the course. So let me just share with you. It's funny to me, but so over the weekend, I completed a half marathon. And back in January, I have written down on my vision board that that's something that I wanted to do. And I know we have the pandemic, we have different things happening that changed some things around. So we weren't able to do it in March. And then they gave a makeup date for last week in September. And I had initially began believing, hey, let me get myself ready, let me train, let me do all of these things. And stuff kept happening. Stay the course. Things just kept happening. And so it was easy. It was easy for me to want to get discouraged and not stay the course. But I said to myself, if I can just complete, if I can do what I said to do, then I'm able to stay the course. So I get there, right? And I'm, minding my business and just, doing what I needed to do. And I didn't get a chance to really eat the way that I needed to or should. And that was the first obstacle. Like, oh no, will I have enough energy and strength for me to be able to push through doing 13.1 miles and running? Stay the course. I looked and I found in my resources little snacks and different things that I had, bananas, bottled water, had a couple of things, and I made it work, right? It took me 3 bananas or 2 during the run and 1 afterwards to hold me over in some Gatorade, but stay the course. So different things kept happening. Then I realized I forgot my compression socks. It's okay. I looked in my bag and saw what I had, my overnight bag that I packed my belongings in, and utilized what I had and made sure that my legs and my feet were adequately supported and tied tight. Again, stay the course, because things will happen when you set your mind to something, when you establish a goal and you begin to move in that direction. Expect obstacles. It's par for the course. It's a part of the journey. Stay the course. And you can't panic when, as they say, Murphy's Law, whatever that is, if it could go wrong, it's going to go wrong. You can't panic. You have got to be solely persuaded that what you're seeing before you, the dream that you have, the goal that you want to accomplish, it is worth any obstacles. And believe you me, when your mind is fixed and your mind is made up, every time an obstacle comes, you will find the answer. You will find the solution, as long as you're committed to staying the course. So here I am. I make my way there. I figure out what I'm going to do for fuel, for energy, and I start my journey. I start my trek. And I believe, for me, I say I can do anything or most things with music. Get my beat, and then I just kind of zone out and do me. Well, My music contraption, it's an iPod. Back in the day, way, way back in the day, I still have an iPod. It holds all my songs, and I know they're more technologically advanced options that I have. I hadn't switched over, but I will now. But anyway, so I had my iPod locked and loaded, nice and charged. Got two chargers, got my little holster, and I'm ready to find my rhythm. I'm ready to jump into my groove, right? So I put my earbuds in, turn my iPod on, find my stride. I'm like, there it is. She ready. She got it. And the iPod said, please charge. Low bat, power low. My iPod shut down mile 4. It's 13.1. And I know that I'm the person that needs music to be able to get through whatever I'm going through. It shut down. It wouldn't turn on. It was dead as a doornail. And I'm like, I'm just at 4. I'm really closer. It's close enough for me to just go back, turn around. But again, what are you saying to yourself? What is that goal? Stay the course. So I pulled out my phone, and I hadn't used my phone in for that capacity of that function before, and figured, oh well, we're gonna learn today. Found some music, set that thing on loop, and I had music, y'all. I had music. I'm like, here we go. Here we go. Stay the course. Again, what I'm talking to you about is obstacles are going to come, right? Setbacks will happen, but you will absolutely still cross. You will absolutely still get to your finish line. You will absolutely still accomplish that which you set out to do if you are committed to staying the course. So I started finding my stride. I got from 4 miles. I got to 5 miles. I'm like, here she goes. She ready. I got to 6. I got to 7, and I got excited. And I said, woo, we almost halfway there. And I decided to do what oftentimes we do. I looked back. I decided to turn around to try to gauge my progress and see how far I had come, and also compare myself with the people who were behind me. And I turned around and I looked back. Now I'm still moving, but what I didn't realize is I started moving slower, because now I'm looking backwards. I've taken my eye off forward, and it slowed down my pace. It slowed down my stride. It slowed down my race, because I'm looking behind me, trying to assess and calculate what's behind me, taking my eye off of what's in front of me, the goal. And so that's a lesson by itself, beautiful people. When you are in transition, when you are pushing through, when you have established a goal, when you are on the move, when you are making moves, when your mind is made up, behind you has no place. Behind you, looking back, comparing, looking back, it slows you down. It takes your mind off of the prize. Keep your mind on where you're going. You no longer need where you were from. Get to where you are going. It slowed me down. I started comparing. When they're back there, and if I'm this far from them, that means really I'm back there. I'm not all the way up ahead. And all of a sudden my confidence started to deteriorate. It started to diminish. My speed started to slow down. My focus began to wane. So I want you to pay attention when you are on your grind, when you are moving, when you have a vision. Don't look back. Looking back slows you down. Looking back causes you to doubt. Looking back diminishes your momentum. So don't look back. So it took me till about mile 9 to realize, stop looking back, because now I'm going slow. Now I'm comparing. Now self-doubt is kicking in. Now I'm even questioning, why am I even doing this? Like, why am I like, what is this really about? I started looking back. I'm a firm believer you should talk to yourself because you believe you anyway, right? You don't believe what I say. You don't believe what the Bible says. You don't believe what your Quran says. You don't believe what your pastors, imams, teachers, prophetess, all of those people say. You actually believe you. So talk back to yourself. And that's important because what I said to myself was, I am going to finish. And no matter what happens, heck or high water, I am going to finish that which I've started. I am going to stay the course. So that's the conversation that I was telling myself. Stay the course. Finish what I have started. So I had to talk back to myself and get my mind right. Stop looking behind me. And then I decided to focus again on what's in front of me. And so that's another point that I want you to consider. Although you have your own vision in mind, although you have your own destiny, your own destination, your own goal that you are striving to accomplish, while you are in the process, fix your eyes set on something, someone, someplace, some example of where you are going. Yours will look different than theirs, but you still need a blueprint. You need a model. You need something to hold your focus. And so what I did, I found this lady, she had on a purple hat. And I found this purple hat and I put my eyes on her. So she was far up ahead of me. She was in front of me. And I looked at that purple hat and I began to mimic her pace in running. I began to find her stride and I picked up on that. And again, that's another point. When you are moving forward, when you have goals that you have set, I want you to lock your eyes, lock your attention, lock your effort onto someone who is gone where you have already, who's gone where you want to go. See if you can catch their stride, catch their cadence, and ride that momentum. So I found my right foot up, left foot up, right foot up, left foot up, the same cadence as this woman, with my eyes fixed on her purple hat. And then I crossed over 10 miles and I said, oh, shucks now. And you can slow down, catch your breath, and you can speed up, find your pace. You can slow down and catch your breath. You can speed up and find your pace. I want you all to know that's what happens in life. It's okay if you slow down to catch your breath. That's okay. As long as your mindset hasn't changed, that you're going to finish what you've started. As long as your mindset hasn't changed, that tells you to stay the course. It's okay to slow down and catch your breath. And then you can always speed up and find your pace. And so that's what happened. I slowed down to catch my breath. The purple hat, my marker, she slowed down. And then I found that we were pretty much neck and neck, meaning I could see her eye to eye, she could see me eye to eye. We were pretty much neck and neck, finding our rhythm, finding our pace, running our individual race. But I looked across her face, and then I looked across the face of other people in that marathon that that I could see within my eye span, and I realized we had a common look. Believe it or not, although we were listening to probably different music, we all were singing the same song, and that is we were finishers of that which we start. We were going to stay the course, and so that's something that I want you all to consider. As you are moving forward, you need to get around people who are singing the same song as you. Finish that which you have started. Stay the course. All of us had that determination look on our face, probably mixed in with exhaustion, mixed in with fatigue, mixed in with some people physical discomfort or pain. But nonetheless, we all were telling ourselves, listening to different music, but singing the exact same song, and that is finish that which we have started and stay the course. And so I crossed over 10. And then I get to 11 and I look to the right of me and I look to the left of me and I realize, hey, I'm actually doing this marathon, half marathon by myself. I've done it before in the past, and there was a potsy. I had a crew, and I realized this journey, though, I'm by myself. Another point, another takeaway. Sometimes, beautiful people, go it alone. Sometimes what you are trying to accomplish, you may have to go it alone or at least start it alone. So don't be dismayed by that. Don't be worried by that. All you need when it's time is to connect with people who different music but singing the same song. So I want you to know there will be times that you have to be able to buck up and get it done and go it alone. So it means start by yourself. Start where you are. Start with what you have. Work with what's in your hand. Work with the resources that you do have before you get the next partner, before you get the business collaborative, before you get the office suite, before you lose the 30 pounds, before your arms tone up, before you get $1,000. Start where you are. Did you all do the savings test? Did you all do the savings challenge? I challenged you all with your money. Did you start where you have you started where you are? Take that dollar, take that $10, take that $5 and begin saving so that by the end of the year you can have something. So that's what I learned again while just finding my stride, passing the 11th mile. I'm by myself. And you have got to be able to find your stamina, find your stride, find your focal point, because some situation, some goal, some attainment, something that you're trying to get accomplished means you have to demonstrate to you. You have to be fully persuaded and bet on you that even if you don't have what you think you need, what you want, you have what you need in you to go it alone. And so I crossed over to the 12th mile. And I was like, oh Lord, whoo, and the excitement of, ooh, I'm coming to the finish line started. But not only did the excitement start coming, so did fatigue. My body said, girl, stop, stop. Like, listen, let this be enough. Let this be enough. It's enough, right? Fatigue kicked in. And I was like, oh Lord, oh my goodness. Like, anyone who's ever pushed through the burn, you understand the difference between the burn versus pain. So I'm feeling all kind of burn. And then I'm looking for my purple hat lady. I'm looking for my focal point to like bring me across the finish line. Where are you? I didn't see her. Don't know where she went. I don't know where we ended up in proximity to one another, but I didn't see her. Point number two. And right as I was feeling like, oh my goodness, I did look to the right and I saw my good friend, my childhood sister friend, waving in the crowd, waving in a sea of people, cheering me on. I didn't know she was going to be there. I didn't know, but it was the win. It was what I needed that allowed me to run and finish up strong, crossing the finish line. So there's a point. There's always a ram in the bush. You're not going to know when it's going to come, but I want you to know that it is going to come. See, in that half marathon, there was a season, there was a period where I was very aware that I was by myself. And then closer to the end, not even the end, help came in the form of encouragement, in the form of cheering me on, in the form of motivation. And I felt a surge of energy go through my body. And then I began to say, I'm going to finish that which I started. And it was hard in that moment. So I needed encouragement. So just know that when you get to these different phases of your development, of what you're striving for or accomplishing your goal, don't worry. You will always have what you need when you need it. So don't worry. So the time that I was looking behind me, I learned that's not the place I need to look. You need to look in front of you. Find that mentor, find that advisor, find that entrepreneur who's doing what you're doing, or who's already crossed the hurdle or the boundary or the benchmark that you're attempting to cross. Find that person who already are in front of you. Let them be your focal point. You're not necessarily going to accomplish what they set out to accomplish, but you're traveling the same race. You're traveling the same path because you're singing the same song, different music, but the same song that said, we finished that which we have started, right? Stay the course no matter what. So you connect yourself with people who are aligned with your kind of motivation, with your kind of tenacity, with your kind of audacity. And there you will remain focused. So I didn't see the lady with the purple hat when I crossed. But here's another point. Sometimes you don't need focus. Sometimes you need support. Sometimes you need a cheerleader. And sometimes we want to be cheered on when really we need focus. And sometimes we want focus when really we need to deal with us looking behind. We need to conquer, not looking at our past and considering our past and dealing with our own inside conversation. Sometimes while we're saying, "Oh, I'm dealing with my past," no, that's the time that you need to go ahead and determine what are you going to believe about yourself? Who are you going to believe? Believe your voice. Believe your voice. Talk back to yourself. You don't need the past talking to you. You talk to you. And so I learned, go ahead and talk to me. I'm going to finish that which I've started. I am going to stay the course, right? And then you learn to find a focal point. There wasn't a time for a cheerleader, a hoorah, I'm proud of you, attaboy, or affirmation. No, it was the time for focus. It was the time for discipline. So whatever you're trying to get accomplished, there is a time for focus. There is a time for discipline. No time for cheerleading. No time to patting you on your back and attaboy and big ups and for you to be seen. It's time for you to grind. It's time for you to drive. It's time for you to strive after your focal point. Go after that focal point. And as you start to keep momentum, as you start to sustain momentum, and right when you've done all that you can absolutely do, and now you start to feel discouraged or broken emotionally, internally, in your spirit, that's when support comes in. So I looked to my, what was that, my left, and I saw this. I saw the biggest smile from my sister girl. Oh, she was cheering me on. I couldn't hear her. I just saw her smile. And that gave me a surge of energy. And I looked forward at that finish line. I took my eyes off of her. I thumbs it up saying, I got the few. Thank you, sister. I got the few. And I cross and I can do all things through Christ that gives me strength. I can do all things through Christ that gives me strength. And I had to say, give me strength because I'm at the 12. I'm getting ready to cross. I got a half a mile. Yes, run it out. Finish strong. Run it out. Finish long. I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. And I finished. And when I crossed over, they put that medal on, handed it to me or whatever, put that medal on me. My body screamed. My body was like, that's a no. But anyway, I recovered. I'm fine. But I want you to hear the lessons that are there. That when you were going through your own personal, professional, spiritual, emotional, developmental transformation by way of establishing a goal for yourself, by way of getting a vision for your life, by way of deciding that you want something different, that what you have no, is no longer sufficient, that you want something more. There are a couple of things that's going to allow you to get the medal in that area of your life, that's going to allow you to cross the finish line in that area of your life. One, you have to simply decide that whatever happens, you're going to stay the course. My music went blip. My food situation was a trip. My garment compression socks, I forgot them. I forgot them. Okay. Like there were obstacles that came along the way, but I kept telling myself, stay the course. Don't give up. Stay the course. Now, all of these things were happening, and it was enough to frustrate me. It was enough to make me say, just forget it. Maybe I shouldn't. But I want you to hear the first step is you have to decide, are you going to stay the course? Make that covenant and that commitment to you. Stay the course. My covenant to me was stay the course. I will complete that which I've started. The second lesson that I want you to consider is when you're going And as you begin to take your stride and you see yourself making progress, be considerate, be weary, don't look back. Looking back slows you down. Looking back holds you back. Looking back causes you to compare. Looking back causes you to have self doubt. There's nothing behind you. Everything that you want lies ahead of you. So don't look back. The next thing I want you to sit with or consider is no, sometimes you have to go it alone. Sometimes you're not going to have people rooting for you at certain phases of your life, at certain phases of your progression, at certain phases of your development and your evolve. And as you evolve, as you learn, and that's okay. It doesn't mean that people aren't in support of you. It may not be their season. It may not be where they show up in your story just yet. So you have to be able to talk to yourself and use your internal conversation to motivate you, inspire you, and keep your feet moving, keep you moving in a direction. And I said, I will finish that which I've started. Stay the course. The next point I want to emphasize with you is find your focal point. Oh, I'm not disciplined and I keep procrastinating. You don't have a focal point. Your destination or destiny or goal that you're trying to accomplish, it seems big, and that's okay. So what I'm saying, until you touch it, taste it, see it, smell it, experience it, and receive it, go ahead and find a focal point. I found a lady a few feet or yards in front of me with a purple hat on, and I followed her until I can get to the finish line. Find a focal point so you can keep moving, so you don't get stuck in looking back, so you don't get stuck in worried about who's not to the right of you and who's not to the left of you, and you don't have adequate support. Stay the course. Find the focal point. And the last thing is know that support is there. Whatever you need, it's going to show up when you need it. When you need it. Not when you want it. Because want is about our comfort, want is about our ease, want is about our convenience. So I'm saying stay the course. Complete that which you start. Is it school? Complete it. Is it a class? Complete it. Is it a business idea? Complete it. Is it a book? Complete it. Is it chores, house chores that you say you're going to do? Complete it. Is it a workout? Complete it. Is it your devotional time? Finish it, complete it, right? And know that what you need will show up when you need it, not when you want it. It's going to show up when you have nothing else to give, but it shows up after you have given all that you have, right? I had nothing else by the 12th mile, like nothing. Like, oh my goodness, how am I going to finish? Like, I couldn't find it inside of me. And support showed up, cheering me on, waving me on. And it was the thing that I needed that got me to cross. Right? So decide for yourself. Don't look back. Talk to yourself. Find your focal point, and what you need will show. You too will win or earn the medal in your own life, for your own goals, for your own accomplishment, for your own achievement, for your own success. This strategy, it works across. You try it. It will change your life. So why did I run the half marathon? Because I appreciate learning the lessons during the journey. Beautiful people, I'm Laconya. Go get your medal. Go get your medal. Go get your medal. You got all that you need. Until next time, bye-bye. Talking about it allows you to cure yourself. It allows you to process through it. And then from there, from